We're going to go ahead and replace our AC condenser today. It's located behind our grill, right by the radiator. We're going to use our trim tool and we'll go underneath our hood here. There's going to be a series of plastic push pins on the top of our radiator support. Now, our particular vehicle seems to be missing a whole bunch of these clips, as well as our upper air intake tube right here. Now, what you want to do is go ahead and remove your clips here, remove the air intake tube, and set that aside. Using your trim tool, go ahead and pop up the center of these buttons. Good to remove these clips. Once we get those out, just go ahead and set those aside. Go ahead and lift up and remove this unit. Put that aside. On the top of the grill here, you have two 8mm bolts going into the upper support. Loosen and remove these bolts. I'm going to go ahead and remove two Phillips head screws. There's one vertical here, one going into the front here. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, loosen and remove these screws. We're going to repeat this process for the passenger side. Now for this here, we did remove our wheels. It just made it that much easier for us. It's not necessary for you to do that, but trust me, it does make it easier to get in to your hardware. Across the lower lip of your front bumper, there's a series of plastic push pins. It's good to use your trim tool. We need to go ahead and remove these. Starting at the edge of your bumper, doesn't matter driver or passenger side, go ahead and grab the lip here, pull outward. What you're doing is disconnecting the bumper from the locking trim inside. Pull out towards you, towards the front. And this will start to disconnect all the way around. It's going to unlock from underneath your headlight assembly. As you pull this out, you're going to look down behind. If your vehicle is equipped with fog lights, you're going to have a connector down there you want to disconnect. Simply reach down, press on the tab, and pull that connector off. As you continue to pull the bumper off around the front with the grill, you're going to have the passenger side fog light to disconnect as well. Now that we have the fog lights disconnected, you can remove the bumper and the grill in one fell swoop. Underneath the bumper area, go ahead, loosen and remove this 10mm nut. Remove this 10mm bolt. One up above it. Let's continue up top. Remove this bolt right here. At this point here, we can just tilt our bracket backward here. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect our line here to our AC condenser. Yeah, there might be a slight bit of pressure in here. You just want to gently wiggle this unit and separate it from the AC condenser. Just a rubber O-ring holding that unit there. On the side here, we have a 10mm. Once you remove that, this bracket will swing up and off. Repeat for the other side. Underneath our bumper, we do have another bracket right here. Remove this bolt, 10 millimeter. That's going to allow us to flex this down a little bit. And then the lower AC condenser line is right here, 10 millimeter. Pull that bolt, reach in there, pop that out, grab the condenser, lift that up and out. On your AC condenser, you're going to have these rubber insulated grommets. Just pull those off, swap them on to your new unit, and repeat this for the other post. Go ahead and lower your condenser down. Those lower rubber grommets will fit into holes down in the lower support. Just line that up, and let's push those right into place. Now you have your lower AC condenser connector right here for the lower tube. There's a rubber O-ring on there. We already inspected ours. Ours is in good shape. If yours is worn or torn, it's probably a good time to replace it now. I'm gonna go ahead and line this up. Get that pressed into place. I'm going to install our bolt. Once we have our lower AC line installed, get our bolt in. I'm going to go ahead and snug that down. Once that bolt bottoms out, just give it a hair bit more. At this point here, we can go ahead and reinstall our bracket right here. Get that bolt started there. Let's go ahead and tighten that down. Once that tightens down, just a hair bit more, you want to make sure it's nice and snug. Let's go ahead and get our upper AC line installed. Install our front brace right here. I'm going to have to lift up a little bit on that AC condenser to get this down inside. And then the upper bracket will line up here. Let's go ahead and get our upper bolt installed. With that upper bolt started, let's go ahead and install the lower nut. Let's go ahead and get our bolts started into our bracket here. Get the upper one started. Let's go ahead and get our lower one started here and tighten our bottom nut. Go up to the top, tighten the bracket up here. Once we have that tight, tighten these up. Install the upper AC condenser brackets. Slide the rubber bushing down on top of the AC condenser. Put our bracket in. Just going to get that bolt started a little bit by hand. Repeat for the driver's side. Go ahead and tighten down these bolts. Repeat for the other side. I'm going to reach behind here, line up your fog light connectors. Go ahead and press those and clip it on. Go ahead and repeat for the other side. Now what I want to do is go ahead and bring up our bumper assembly. I'm going to line up our bumper here on the side. Get the bumper inserted in underneath our headlight assembly. As we're doing that on the driver's side, I want to do the same on the passenger side. get our bumper lined up over here. Just going to repeat this process for the passenger side. You can install your bolts on the top here. They're 10mm bolts. We just happen to source a couple new ones. Not going to tighten them down. We just want to get these lined up. And get those threaded down. Just going to install our screw up here. And snug that in. I'm going to install our lower screw right here. Once we have that snug, let's go ahead and repeat for the other side. Let's go ahead and install the upper radiator cover here. Let's go ahead and get our buttons put in. Going to install our buttons and just continue this process all the way across the top. We're able to source our air intake tube here. Get that pressed into place. Let's go ahead and install these two buttons.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.